In the 1960s, the Beatles rose to fame by playing at the Cavern Club here on Matthew Street in Liverpool. And behind me is the Liverpool Beatles Museum, which is full of artefacts charting the Beatles' rise to fame from their early days in Hamburg right through to the Sgt. Pepper years. Let's take a look inside.
The museum is presented chronologically, starting with the band's early years from 1959 to 1962. This includes their gigs at the Casbah Coffee Club, Hamburg, and the Cavern Club, where the band started to build a strong following. It starts off in 1959 with the opening of the Casbah Coffee Club, where John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison and Stuart Sutcliffe's band, the Quarrymen, played before renaming as the Silver Beatles and adding drummer Pete Best in 1960. There's some great artefacts at this museum, like John Lennon's glasses. The band changed their name to the Beatles on their way to Hamburg, where they played 5 or more hours a night for 106 nights. With that sort of intense practice, the band returned to Liverpool in December 1961 and blew the audience away with their first UK gig as the Beatles at the Casbah Coffee Club. Here's the original sign from the Casbah Coffee Club. The museum is run by Rogue Aspinall Best, who has a close personal relationship with the band. His older brother Pete Best was the band's drummer from 1960 to 62, his mother Mona Best ran the Casbah Coffee Club, and his father Neil Aspinall was the band's roadie and ran the band's record company. This close connection with the band meant that he collected a vast amount of Beatles memorabilia over the years, and his personal relationship with the band is evident when you read the captions next to many of the museum's artefacts. In 1961, the Beatles started playing at the Cavern Club, where Brian Epstein first discovered the band, becoming their manager and securing them a record deal and more high-profile gigs. There's John Lennon's pocket knife and his watch. Going upstairs, we find exhibits relating to the band between 1963 and 1966. This is the period when Pete Best was replaced by Ringo Starr, and when the band gets airtime on TV and gains international acclaim beyond Hamburg, with international tours of the USA, Japan, Australia and New Zealand. There's some great Beatles merchandise here. How about that lampshade? Here are some souvenirs that the Beatles brought back from their overseas tours, including a koala from Australia, a Kiwi from New Zealand, those little miniature Dutch houses filled with gin that business class passengers get on KLM, and lederhosen from Austria. The next floor has exhibits relating to the Beatles' career from 1967 to 1970. This is the era of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band and the Magical Mystery Tour. There's John Lennon's garden furniture. And even his toilet.
That was the Liverpool Beatles Museum here on Matthew Street in Liverpool. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and if you're ever in Liverpool, come and take a look. It's well worth a visit.